good afternoon. Today we'll be taking you through the past, present, and future of the Dolphin Club, which has been around for over 130 years. Let's go take a look at some of our folks.
The club was founded back in 1877. One of the more memorable founders was John Wheeland, who was a beer baron. His legacy is memorialized in the John Wheeland, a 40-foot long 6-station sweep that basically is the pride and treasure of the club. And for us, it basically is what captures the true spirit, both in rowing, swimming, and the beer drinking that we're so fond of doing.
The swimming and the social events, we have an annual Old Timers Day, they call it. It's a social, club along with the swimming and other events that go on.
I always and laughingly refer to the Dolphin Club as an adult adventure camp by which you could row, swim, and experience the Discovery Channel with the animals and the birds and getting zoomed by a seal or looking at a puncture wound of a seal bite on a fellow swimmer and then talking about not wanting to get bit by the seal also.
I joined 1977, the end of 77, joined the Dolphin Club, and I started to swim just in Aquatic Park. My first very big swim was New Year's Day swim, 1978, from Alcatraz, after I joined the club for 3 months. And it was, I don't know, maybe I was very young and I did not even care about it, how tough it would be. Not being fast and being new in this country, I did it, and I feel I'm so glad I did it, because I wouldn't do it now if I had, my brain now, because a lot of things can go wrong. But when you are young, don't think like that.
After the women came in, the biggest supporters were the older and more conservative members of the club. They thought it was the greatest thing that ever happened to the club. Part of what the women were able to do is really at times put the men in their place, because a lot of the really and more superior swimmers were the women.
We joined at the 100-year anniversary of the club, yeah. In 1977, they let us in. And when I joined, I was 7 months pregnant. They probably thought the club had really hit bottom because all the good swimmers, there was one that was pregnant. But a week later, they let me swim Alcatraz. Open water swimming is a little different because you have to do your own navigation. I don't wear goggles, so I close my eyes a good deal of my swimming time out there. So you get to learn to swim open water by gazing around and navigating, dealing with the comings and the goings and the social life that goes on around it. It's not just plain old swimming like on a swim team. When you swim in a pool, you just go swimming. When you swim at the club, you say, oh, who's going to go in with me? You meet your friends and you swim with them and talk to them. So I think that in this club, that's a big part of the swimming. But I'm not a competitive swimmer, so the competitive swimmers have a way of training. They might go out for 5, 6, 7 hours to train for the channel. We have just outstanding swimmers now.
So I started swimming about 2.5 years ago. A lot of people I swim with, they swam in college and in high school and everything. But for me, about 4.5 years ago, I had a massive leg injury. They saved my leg, but they didn't know what, if any, functionality I'd ever have. And basically they didn't think that I'd ever walk unassisted again. So I didn't work for over 2 years, and I was doing physical therapy full time. And I just was drawn to the water, and I started swimming in a pool just here in San Francisco. And then there were a couple guys there that actually belonged to the Dolphin Club, and they dared me to swim in the bay, and I was hooked. Last year we did 2 relay swims to the Farallon Islands. A group of friends here, we swam the English Channel in a relay. Then just 6 weeks ago, I completed my first big solo swim, and that was the Cook Strait at home in New Zealand. So I'm fully addicted.
The addiction is really from standpoint of the endorphin high when you come out. There's never an easy way of getting into this cold water for even all the years that both my wife and I and all other club members have swam, including our octogenarians.
My name's Tom Nuckton. I'm a member here at Dolphin Club, but I'm also a physician, and I do research in emergent hypothermia. And we have a project ongoing here at the club looking at the potential benefits and risks of swimming in cold water. There's a theory that being in cold water increases the amount of brown fat that you have. And there's two types of fat. There's regular white fat, which is folks are now calling the bad fat, and then there's a lesser recognized fat called brown fat that's mostly in babies and mostly in hibernating animals, but has now also been shown to be present in some individuals. It's a fat that has a higher concentration of mitochondria, so it's actually energy producing and can maybe even help you keep warm, and may help you increase your metabolism so that you burn the bad kind of white fat. So there's a theory that individuals with larger amounts of brown fat will be healthier. The other thing with brown fat, it's been shown that being in cold increases brown fat, just being in a cold room. So it's never really been studied in cold water swimmers, but some people have come up with this sort of theory that if you swim in cold water, you increase your brown fat, and therefore you're going to live longer and be healthier. That still is really at the theory stage. Nobody's really studied it. I'm a little bit skeptical, to be honest. I think some of the health benefits are just sort of lifestyle, lack of stress, having friends, having just cardiovascular. It's a great cardiovascular workout. But in terms of the differences and are you really altering your brown fat and that kind of thing, I think a lot more work needs to be done before people could say that.
I don't play handball. I don't jog. I don't lift weights. All I do is swim. And I'm going to be 84 in a couple of weeks. Me and Shirley Temple. I was born the same year as Shirley Temple, 1928. And I don't know if it's a head thing or not, but I think that swimming has helped me stay around this long. I think, I don't know, they're not, but maybe it's just all in your head, but you sure feel good when you come out.
People fall into various groups. We were the young bloods at the club years ago, and now we're the old goats. And pretty soon we'll be dropping off the twig, as they say. The group that I swim with, we go about 3 times a week, and you're in the water maybe 20 minutes.
I began swimming about 27 years ago, and it was at the behest of my doctor, who wanted to give me a lot of different medications because of different health issues I had. And I said, I'm not taking those. So what do I do? And he said, you've got to exercise. Well, I had been exercising, but nothing like swimming. And so a friend of mine said, listen, come and join the club. You're going to love it. And so I joined it, and yes, I love it. It's like, for me, a spiritual beginning of the day. I'm in the bay, it's nature, lovely people that I see every day, and changed my life, and I've been in good health ever since.
It's a wonderful club, it's comfortable, nothing pretentious, just come in, enjoy yourself, sit back, and enjoy the water. Enjoy the water.
We hope that you were inspired by our members' stories. The Dolphin Club is open to the general public, so if you're in the area or feel like taking a new adventure, come on by and take a swim.